How long have you owned the vehicle for?
Year and a half.
Year and a half. All right. And then what sort of led you to find the water? What?
I was having it valeted, and one of the valeters said, so I'm usually in it by myself.
Yeah.
One of the valeters said the footwell behind the driver's seat was absolutely saturated.
Okay.
So I hadn't really noticed it before.
Yeah.
And then, so I was then conscious of it, and they tried to hoover it out with a wet and dry hoover.
Okay.
And then I've just been conscious of it, and it's then started smelling a little bit as well.
Oh yeah, I get you.
Funny enough, I checked it this morning. It was sort of dry, but then it's on the drive up. It's got wet again. So whether it's coming in from like, well, I don't know.
Is it just like all situated in the footwell? Then there's no like run marks down anywhere.
I can't see anything. No. It's normally pretty much. I can't see any run marks sort of around here as such.
Okay, I get you.
It's not even really damp there. But
that's all right.
Under the mat here is
pretty soggy.
Yeah.
No, that's all right. I mean, have you taken it to anywhere else? Is the first place you bought it to?
No, I've found you on the internet and thought need a specialist. So I had a 6 Series before.
Yeah.
And that had exactly the same problem. But I managed to find that myself. I found that
with a blanking plate, was it, or?
Yeah, it's like where the brake servo is.
Yeah.
There's like a drainage hole, like with a little flap.
Yeah.
And it just got all gunked up.
Oh, I get
blocked up. It all came up and then came through the wiring loom, through the pedals, and then just to the lowest point.
Yeah. Have you had a look on this one yet, or?
No, because I couldn't find any. So obviously it's a completely different engine.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
That was like an old E63. So the engine layout looks completely different. Yeah. So I hadn't even attempted to look, to be quite honest.
That's all right. I mean, what about like electrical faults? You got any sort of airbag lights on?
No, nothing.
Or like,
no, nothing.
Is your seats working fine? Or your
yeah, they're all working fine. Yeah.
Any engine lights?
Nope. No.
Oh, that's good, dude. I mean, is there anything else you wanted done with the car, like a little polish or anything like that?
Well, I was wondering. I don't know because I did see on the internet there's like a drainage hole about here.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at that, I don't know if this is like an aftermarket.
Yeah.
I didn't say if you have to take that off to get to it, could that be resecured? Because that's just.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, we'll have a look at that. Right. So a client of ours has bought in a BMW 6 Series today. For the water leak check, so the 28-point check. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you whereabouts in the vehicle it's wet. So the customer said that they found it wet in the back footwells and a little bit in the front. But if I show you first of all, lift this mat up here. I mean, to start with, you can actually feel it. You can feel how wet it is underneath. So I'll show you with our OBD, or sorry, our diagnostic meter. See straight away, that's soaking wet. That is absolutely soaked. I don't know if you can see it when I push down. Oh, you can certainly see it on the fingers. If I show you the back now, where the customer said it was wet, obviously having water under the underlay, yeah, you can see that one's off the charts. But that's all understandable, so I will show you where it's coming from in a second. But yeah, having water under the underlay isn't particularly good, just because you can get things such as mould and mildew build up after a while. Obviously no one wants to have mould and mildew in their car. You can get respiratory problems, everything like that. And then in the long run, you can also get electrical faults which start to appear as the water starts to creep up the underlay. You can start to get all them electrical faults start popping up. So, well, you can see this side, it's only a little bit damp. You can see it's just slightly moving up. So it's only slightly damp. But because it's so wet that side, and also we've also found a leak this side, which I will show you. We're going to strip both sides, just because the chances of there being water under this side of the underlay is much more higher than there not being any water. I mean, you can see there. Okay, so that's wet there. So yeah, this footwell's wet as well. Oh, it's actually soaked, to be fair. You can feel it. Yeah, I'll show you that. See all the water on the fingertips. So, right, so both footwells are wet. The only one that's not wet is that sort of back one, but we've got to strip this side out anyway. Take all the trim and everything like that. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you where the problems are. So bear with me 1 minute. Right, so first of all, this door membrane, move them mats out of the way. This door membrane, basically you've got drainage holes, drainage points at the bottom of the door. So you see you've got a drainage point there. You've also got a drainage point down the other end, same sort of place. What I'm going to do now is, well, them draining points to start with, they push the water out of the vehicle. So when you're putting water down the sides, I'll shut that door. Basically the water should come out here. Like if I pour water down this window here, so this is basically what it should do. It should hit the membrane and then bounce off and then go out the drains. It should basically all be leading to the drains. But if I show you, after a while, you'll soon be able to see that water. So let it sit there for a little bit, let it all go through. And basically you should be able to see where the water's going over the lip of the trim and then make its way inside the vehicle. So that should be enough. So yeah, you can see there straight away you've got all that water on there. You can see the run marks there, and you can, yeah, so that you can see the water actually going in. If you come to the passenger side, you'll be able to see also it's not as bad, but it's still visible, if you know what I mean. So I'll pour some water down there once again. Get it all along there. So yeah, like I said, these membranes should basically push it out, but these BMW membranes are basically one big lump of foam. So they're very sort of brittle. It's not a very good design, but that's how they designed them anyway. But what I'll do is I'll show you inside and we can see how wet it is. Oh, you know, okay, fair enough. So you can see all that water from the trim. There should basically be no water on this trim. So if you come under here, you can see all that water coming out along that membrane there. Should be draining out these drainage holes here. So, yeah, that's the main culprit of the leak. But the other one that we found, if you bear me 1 minute, is these air vents, which I'll show you now. Right, so as I was just saying, what I'm going to show you now is these rear air vents, or this one rear air vent, sorry. So what I'm going to do is I'll pour some water over that rear light, get it all in the grooves. Basically what should happen is, the air vent, if it's nice and fresh, just basically not letting the water pass through it. Should be nice and tight. But obviously, what I'm about to show you should see. If I open up the boot and we get our torch out, you can sort of see the deterioration of them, and you can see where the water's coming in as well. So what's happening there is it's building up in that box section, and it's also going to be running down. This left one's fine, but obviously what happens with rear air vents is they come as a pair. So what we do is that one's going, then obviously this one could go at any sort of time. So what we do is we replace both of them. But in order to replace both of them, you've basically got to undo the rear lights, because there's a little clip underneath where you've got to pull these rear lights out first towards me, so that it comes out. So there's the bumper, you've got a little clip that goes inwards, and the rear light one goes out. So you've got to pull the rear light out first and then get the bumper off. So when we do that, what we do is we reseal the lights as well. Even though they're not leaking, they're fine, but we will reseal them anyway. Right, so I'm just going to give you a little update video on the BMW 4 Series. You can see we've got both door cards off, closing all the windows and stuff. So what we're doing is just waiting for these parts, the door membrane parts. They should be here tomorrow or Thursday. So as soon as they get back, we can put these back on, and then yeah, make sure it's all nice and tight. Just going to show you, we've got all the carpet pinned up at the moment, all the underlay. You can see this stuff's so thick, and where it's so thick, even that little bit there that you can see, the amount of water that's coming out of it, it's just ridiculous. So you can see, it's just immense, the amount of water that these carpets hold. So yeah, you can see, and even here, anywhere you touch, give it a little rinse. So what I've got to do is suck as much water out as I can, and then get the dry machines in here overnight. I think this one's a 3-night dry. It's so wet. I mean, if we show you the back as well, you can also see we've got all the brake lights off, all the bumper off. So what we do is we get these air vents soon. I think these air vents are arriving at the same time with the door membrane. So as soon as that comes, all this can go back on, and then yeah, we're getting there. So that's all.
Okay, just a quick video update for you. So the vehicle has all been put back together. We're just going through, about to do a rain arch check on it, which obviously simulates a very heavy downpour. We're just going through giving it a courtesy wash. Just started to do the wheels. Obviously we haven't jetted any of it off yet, but just wanted to document that obviously there is some paint flaking off and bubbling up on the front. So I don't know if it's previously painted or obviously, you know, quite a big bit there. So yeah, we just wanted to document that before we go ahead. Obviously we'll be very careful in that area. And we won't jet wash that at all. Okay, just a quick end video for you. So the vehicle has all been tested. It's had a courtesy wash and it's been obviously sat outside as well, just to make sure we're all happy with it. It's all been cleaned and tidied inside. It's had a courtesy hoover throughout. And then if we lift up this carpet, it's all nice and dry throughout. Obviously the door cards have all been taken off, they've been sealed up and everything like that. So car is now good to go. We do say it needs to go out and have its real world test. By that we mean it needs to go and driven as normal, and just double check those areas after the first couple of heavy downpours, just to make sure that there's no damp areas at all. But yeah, apart from that, paperwork is all done, vehicle is all ready to come and collect.
Amazing.